Hey, so today I want to talk a little bit about Ally McBeal. It's a show that I watched a little bit when it aired. A long time ago, I was 18, 19, 20 years old when it aired. That was a different time in my life. It was when I knew about psychology because of my mother. She's getting her bachelor's degree in it. Something I had a passion for, but I didn't know where I wanted to take my psychology. So I just kind of sat on the sidelines. I was in my first marriage, and we just went from job to job at that time. And graduating high school was kind of a priority on my list, but not a tremendous one that I could follow through with. And I always wanted to go to college and make something of myself, but I didn't know. At that time I probably wanted to be more of a teacher. And now fast forward a whole decade later, this goofy show that I liked a decade ago for its goofiness has now taken on a new meaning. Now that I'm in my chosen field of psychology, I've gone to school for it. I'm 3 classes away from my bachelor's degree. I'm almost there. I'm just out of funding is the problem, so I gotta pay before I can take my last 2 classes. And so that's not going to be cool. I don't know how to get $4,000 to finish my schooling. That's a lot to come up with. Probably can't come up with it. Anyways, so I'm in season 4 of Ally McBeal. It's a 5-season show. And through the first 3 seasons, I'm sitting here thinking she is an ESFJ. Here's the reasons why. Number 1, her coworkers complain about her. They're like, you always want to talk about yourself. You always are stealing the show. Well, it's a natural ability for us to first care about ourselves because we're in ourselves and we are filled with a ton of feeling and we're huge extroverts, so we portray that forward. So we're always talking about us, our drama, and our problems. And people don't understand that. We're not drama queens. We're just constantly talking about our problems. We don't want to create drama. We just want the more people whom we talk with, the better we feel, and that is honest on that. I'll call everybody under the sun until I feel better. And I don't have a set number. I just have a set list, of order of people I call. And so it's our natural ability also to still center stage. We love center stage. We love being the center of attention, and it comes natural to us. You put me in, like, my husband's coworker, he's kind of hiding his girlfriend, and the excuse is, I did get to see her the other day, and I'm the only one I got to my husband's work early and accidentally stumbled upon her. She's gorgeous, she's beautiful, she's the typical long-haired, blonde, beautiful, always beautifully makeup. I imagine she probably wakes up in the morning and with makeup on. No, she's very beautiful. But when I saw her, she kind of had a, kind of look on her face like, I'm so put out by you standing right there and talking to my boyfriend. And I actually kind of got in a flirtatious mode and was like, hey, what's going on? And kind of was like, is this the girlfriend? And kind of flirting with him. And so it's just making her more mad, but it comes natural to me to just be like, I know this guy, I've known this guy for 3 years, and I'm just in here going, hey. So, of course, she's going to hate me now because it's like, what is that girl? And that's the thing that she has to fear. She may be beautiful. I may not be as beautiful as her. I try and work with my looks. I'm never happy with them. I'm working on it. I finally got the blonde I love. This is ash blonde. It's what I was when I was 14, 15 years old, and I miss it. I never used to be dark brown until I was in my adult years. And so you put her in a room with me, don't worry, you're not going to get any attention, girl, because I'm going to still center stage really easy, naturally, and guys may be looking at you saying, you're so hot, let's go do it, but they're going to be entertained by me, and I am the entertainer, I am the caregiver, I'm the entertainer, I am the guardians of all traditions, holidays, and everything. I am the natural hostess, I'm the hostess with the most. That's what ESFJs are known for. We have that natural ability to take that center stage and be like, yeah, we can do this. So, and I love center stage. But it comes natural to us. So, you can see Ally's coworkers are getting mad at her because she naturally takes the center stage. Number 2, she wants to sing at Christmas time and be sexy like Elaine. And they're like, no, you can't sing and you can't be sexy. But it's something that Ally desires. And when an ESFJ desires it, nothing's going to stop us. We'll work on it for a decade if we have to. But we'll get there. If we desire it, we'll get there. So she ended up being ultimately sexy. She may not have that sex appeal in her everyday office life, which I don't get why, because I have that. I portray that a lot. I'm more like, kind of like Elaine. Elaine might be an ESFJ. Elaine and Renee, the way they battle on stage for attention, and they're nice enough to allow the other to sing with them, but not if that one overshadows the other one. And so I'm thinking there's a lot of ESFJs in this show. Mostly I want to talk about Ally, though. She's the one that I noticed the most on it. But Elaine also wants to be recognized, and she's always doing things to get attention and to take that center stage. And Ally notices that. She's like, Elaine, talk to me. What are you doing? You're doing this again? So this is your way of saying, I need attention. That's another ESFJ trait, is to change or do something to get that attention. Or that's an ISFJ trait. Sometimes that could be an ISFJ trait. ISFJ traits are probably most likely to be the Munchausen by proxy type of people. They will do what it takes to take that center stage, but they actually are more bolder than the ESFJ on trying to get that. So let's see. And the other thing that makes Ally an ESFJ is when she gets jailed for contempt of court, and her coworkers are sitting back there defending her, and she gets up there, and the judge says, what do you have to say? And all she does is call the judge a pig and yell at him. It's not that she was meant to disrespect her coworkers like they thought she did. It's about what's fair and what's just, and the ESFJ will always want what's fair and what's just at any cost. Cost us our friendship, whatever. In a way, that's a way that we can be biased and lose a friend for it. Is when it comes to, we don't understand unfairness. We never will. We don't understand why people just can't see the truth and just be fair. But hey, we're dealing with 15 other personality types in this world. So I'm sitting here watching it, thinking this girl is an ESFJ. The need for romance, her mom blames it on the way her father raised her, playing the piano with her, instilling that music inside her. My father did the same thing for me, instilled that music inside of me, that love for music, and I will always know him for that and thank him for that. We need that romance. Currently I'm with an INTJ. They're very impersonal people. You project something emotional to them, we give. ESFJs thrive off a give and take relationship. We need that give and take. Because why? That is what's fair. So we need that give and take relationship. So Ally's dad is kind of instilled that romance in her, that you can have that romantic relationship. And she strives for that. So she falls for all these guys that can sing and dance with her. And I mean, she doesn't even do wild dancing on the floor. It's just that smooth, romantic. The vibes are, you can see Ally feeling the vibes and the vibes flowing between them, because an ESFJ thrives off those vibes. We don't need to get out there and really dance all big. It's those vibes need to come around. So you can see that in Ally, that she needs those vibes and stuff. So that's one thing about the ESFJ. And then towards the end of season 3, the last two, I think it was the second to last episode, Ally's dad says, I wrote a song for you. So Ally says she wants to hear it. And he plays it for her, and the first thing he says in that song is, she's a girl that has her heart on her sleeve. And it's like, number one trait of the ESFJ. Heart's totally on that sleeve. Our emotions will always be out there. We never bottle them up. If we do, we're like a Mentos waiting to drop into a Diet Coke. You're the Mentos. You just dropped in, and everything that you had already built up, everything had already built up in that bottle, you're that Mentos, you dropped in, and explosion happens. So you don't want to have an ESFJ bottle up on you. Why? because you're going to regret it later, and then you're going to be scared of them because I'm already an animated person. You can see that through my videos. Now imagine if I was pissed off and you're standing in front of me. You know how animated I get when I'm pissed? 10 times this animation. So I'm one of those that'll just throw out, and just scare the crap out of you. Scare the crap out of my in-laws all the time. They run when I get mad, and then they stop talking to me for like a year or two because they're just like, whoa, she's crazy. I'm crazy. I'm animated. I'm out there, hearts on that sleeve. And then he also, later on in the song, says something about she's the most caring person he ever met. That's my husband's #1 thing he loves about me. He says he's never met anybody else in this world like me. ESFJs aren't supposed to be rare, so I don't get why he's never met them. We're not rare, but I guess we're scattered in the population. Well, maybe because you can't get 2 of us together in a room. So we're scattered. You're going to only find 1 per group. You find multiple other personality types that are similar in a group, but you're only going to find 1 ESFJ, unless you're me, because I can give up center stage because I don't want drama, I don't want to fight. And I've learned that from being with my INTJ for 10 years. I will give up that center stage now. And it's not that I don't desire the center stage. If you really want it that bad, fine, you take it. I've grown enough confidence in myself that I don't need to take that center stage all the time. Fine, I'll let you have center stage. Like I said, by the time the father sang that song, I said, yep, she's an ESFJ. He just now confirmed it for me. All of my suspicion through these 3 seasons, she's an ESFJ. And there we go. So now I'm in season 4, the Robert Downey Jr. season. And wonderful actor. I remember him from Soap Dish. Chances are that Marissa Tomei movie he was in, where he played that kind of stalker romantic guy. Great. You're sitting there going, he did it for a romantic reason. Love him. Just kidding. But it's a movie too, so you know he's not a bad guy. Soap Dish was one of the great ones he did. That was a funny, goofy kind of show. But I've always liked Robert Downey Jr. and it's kind of funny in Ally McBeal. You can see him building up to that. You can see he has that natural arrogance about him, and you can see it building up to that major arrogance in Iron Man, where he's hugely arrogant, and he's not a romantic type, Tony Stark, but I am so attracted to that take control, take charge, arrogant personality. It's a little bit romantic, I guess, sometimes. But to a certain extent, you gotta be kind of like Tony Stark. You can't be too jerkish. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, that's Ally McBeal, the ESFJ. I thoroughly, definitely can say now, I honestly believe she's an ESFJ. And I love the show more now. It's not that I didn't love it then. The reason why I love it more now is this. If you've changed so much like I have in this last decade, go back and watch some of those shows that you thought were good. And they take on a whole new meaning. Or at least for me, because I'm analytical. And now I can look at it objectively. I can look at the ESFJ objectively. And I'm watching Ally McBeal objectively and how her coworkers deal with her. And I love it. So, and I'm taking some cues from the show. I love the show. It's just a good show. And that's getting me in trouble with my INTJ, because once again, personal INTJ, romantic ESFJ who's getting cues from her favorite show. Now, because now I gotta say Ally McBeal is definitely my favorite show, just because I relate so much with Ally, except for I don't see visions, but that would be kind of cool if I saw visions of singers on the street and music just came to me like that. But I'm working on that. Yesterday I was out with my cousin and she says, Rose, are you gonna just sit there and talk? I didn't even hardly say anything, so immediately I turned around and I started singing You Belong to Me from Ally McBeal. And so I overcame that need to talk by putting that song in my head. I just like started to sing a couple lines from that song, and I just was like, I got over my need to talk. And so I'm learning to suppress some of those needs, I'm seeing the bigger picture and I'm trying to suppress those needs. Because I'm an ESFJ that can tap into that intuitive ability and see that bigger picture. And it's not that I'm going to turn into an ENFP. You don't change personalities. You have in your cognitive functions, you have your 4 main functions and then you have your 4 shadow functions. And if you can do it, you can tap into those shadow functions and override that natural function that you're feeling. So whatever you're feeling at the moment, you can override it just by knowing your shadow functions and tapping into that shadow function and saying, I know I feel like this at the moment, but, and that's where logic comes in. And I hate to say this to you guys, but you ISFJs, you are far from logical. I know 4 of you now, and really I'm getting tired of dealing with you. And it's because you lack logic completely. You guys are just, but yeah, so I'm having a little bit of frustration with all the ISFJs in my life. For some reason, I track those people. ISFJs are in my life, and they are so insanely difficult. And one of the reasons why I found out they're insanely difficult to deal with is, I'll do another video on ISFJs. I'm not going to ruin my Ally McBeal video, so we'll do another video later, maybe in a few minutes, maybe another day. But Ally McBeal, the ESFJ, watch her if you want to understand the ESFJ a little bit better. It's a great show to kind of understand the Ambush. In season 4, you get into Robert Downey Jr., so that's even cooler. So, alright, well, thanks, and keep watching, subscribe. I don't know how many followers I have. I see my videos being watched, but I don't have no subscribers, so please subscribe so I can see who's following me and who's watching, because I get comments, but I don't get subscribers, so alright, we'll see you later.